Super Bowl 53 blew, and it blew hard.
Oh! On the bottom, it says sunscreen.
Hey guys, I've made my long-awaited return again, and oh god, Super Bowl 53, it was just so bad. I had to bring back this channel. My plan was to wait until I upgrade my computer before starting making videos again, but this one I couldn't hold it in for any longer. So, geez. At the time I'm recording this, it's been about maybe 20 minutes since the game happened, but oh my god, that was so underwhelming. That's pretty much the one word I would use to describe it the most, is underwhelming. Just almost no scoring, except for that one field goal by the Patriots for like the entire first 3 quarters. And then they come back and score 2 touchdowns to win. But then LA also got their field goal in there as well. But man, that was just such a drag. And the halftime show wasn't any better. Like, Maroon 5, they just didn't have the energy. Even the lead singer looked like he was bored. And of course, then there's the whole thing about them playing Sweet Victory, which I thought that would be really cool. Like, the one standout moment, but they played like the first 5 seconds and that's it. And that's just so stupid. Like, honestly, I think in the list of the worst Super Bowls, I don't know if I've ever mentioned how much I hated Super Bowl 51, but yeah, I hated that one too. But I don't know. This one might top it. I am not sure. I hate them both about the same. But for completely different reasons, because this one I've already mentioned why I hate it, but Super Bowl 51, like, the Falcons were up 28-3, and then Patriots had to freaking make a comeback and win in overtime. That was so annoying, but at least Lady Gaga had a good halftime show, but it was also, like, super frustrating for them to have that comeback because of the Falcons just giving up because they had such a big lead. They just blew it. And then now Atlanta's acting like they've been Patriots fans all along, but like they were like all cheery and shit when the Patriots won, and just like they had the Patriots colors glowing outside of the Mercedes-Benz Arena at one point. Just, I hate Bill Belichick. I hate Tom Brady. I hate everything about that team. I don't hate Sony and Michelle. That's about the one guy that I don't hate. But, like, I hate, like, everyone else. Just, jeez. Can they just let someone else win for, like, once? I mean, last year, sure, the Eagles won. That was a pretty good game. But just, they always have to find a way to win this kind of stuff. I seriously hate it. Like, I know this has been more of a rant so far about the Patriots, but that's, like, one of the big reasons why I don't like watching the Super Bowls as much anymore. Like, seriously, they're just too good. I'm just awaiting the day that Tom Brady gets some injury or Bill Belichick stops coaching or something, because that's going to be a pretty glorious day for me, at least. Because, seriously, I hate everything about this team. I hate the coach, I hate the quarterback, I hate, like, everyone on the team, except for Sony. I have a little bit of respect for him, but that's not saying much. Just, seriously, just, this Super Bowl blew so hard. It was just such a drag. Like, Honestly, this is just, I'm probably not even going to edit this video. I'm just going to just keep it however it is. Unless I say something really stupid, I'll edit out that. But, like, this is seriously just, nothing about this game was good. Except for, oh, all the Patriots fans are happy, huh? And if you think about it, this wouldn't have happened if the Chiefs didn't go offsides in their championship game for the AFC. Just, if they didn't go offsides, we wouldn't have had this issue. Maybe the game would have been interesting. Who knows? But that's not what we got, is it? Nope. We got the Patriots' 6th Super Bowl win, and now they're tied with the Steelers for the most wins. Like, honestly. Seriously, this blew so hard. I just, oh my god. If I had to name everything that I didn't like about this Super Bowl, I'd be here all night. But, like, even at the beginning, in, like, the first quarter, they started having bad calls, and I was like, oh, great. Even in the Super Bowl, they can't make good calls. I mean, they had some good calls in there, of course, but, like, actually, some of those calls, they weren't, like, legendarily bad, of course. They weren't, like, the Saints, like, the call in the Saints game, or anything like that, or the Packers-Vikings game. They weren't, like, that legendarily bad of calls, but, like, it was still pretty clear sometimes that they were not right. Just, this Super Bowl, it's going to live down in history, but not for the right reasons. Is there anything else that I want to say about this Super Bowl? I don't know, just, that's the thing, there was so little happening, and it was just so much back and forth, just nothing happened. That was, like, the first Super Bowl, they didn't have any scoring outside of that one field goal in the first 3 quarters. Then in the 4th quarter, stuff finally started happening, but of course it was to the Patriots. Jeez. Just, you have over 1 million people sign this petition on change.org to get Sweet Victory to go into this Super Bowl. And then they have teasers of it. Maroon 5 shows it in their promo video. There's leaked footage of it showing up on one of the screens while they're practicing, rehearsing. And then they play it, and they play like 5 seconds. Just like, that's it? That's all you're going to do for all of the people that put in their time to sign this petition? And all these people that wanted to see this happen. And then it finally happens, and this is all you give us. And then you give us a lackluster show on top of that. Like, seriously, this was such a disappointment. I was looking forward to watching this a lot. Even if the Rams didn't win, I at least expected a good game. And that's one thing I can somewhat say I can mildly say that the Super Bowl 51 was a pretty good game. One more thing about the halftime show, I know that there was Travis Scott. He didn't do great either, but Big Boy, he was probably the best part of that whole thing, honestly. And if you're wondering at all my thoughts on the Pro Bowl, oh yeah, it wasn't much better than this, but at least it didn't have a terrible halftime show. So there's that going for it. Oh yeah, and another thing, the commercials for this Super Bowl were pretty lackluster as well. I mean, there was the one that had like all those well-known guys like Ninja and Odell in there, but that was like the only like good commercial. The rest were just not that great. Like last year, you had that Mountain Dew, Ice, and Doritos one. That one was great. Then there were other great ones too. I just not remembering them at the top of my head at the moment, but just there was a lot of great ones in the past few years, and this year the commercials costed more and they were less quality than before. So yeah, that's another thing. Like, everything around this Super Bowl wasn't good either. I mean, at the beginning, it seemed like it might end up being an interesting game with Tom Brady throwing a pick, literally the first throw. But then after that, most of it was just such a drag. It was like seriously, could have been a great game, but it wasn't. It was just so boring. Nothing was happening. Sorry, I know I said I wasn't going to do any cuts, but you know, some stuff happened in the background, so I had to cut it. So, anyways, yeah, this has pretty much been my thoughts on this Super Bowl. Will next year be better? Will the Patriots get dethroned? They haven't been out of the Super Bowl since 2016. So, you know, 2017 played the Falcons. 2018 played the Eagles. That was a really good game. And then this time, just, it blew so hard. I was so excited to watch this. Of course, they had to ruin it by giving us one of the worst Super Bowls in history. And I'm just so glad I did not buy a ticket. Not that I would have, anyways. I'm not really old enough to go by myself, but I'm going to go to a Super Bowl at one point. Just, I'm hoping it's a lot better than this one. Alright, I am signing off. If there's any more updates, I will post another video. But until then, I am looking at computers. I got employed. I am saving up, and I am excited to start making more content. And one more thing I want to say before I sign off this video. I would like to give a huge thanks to Steven Hillenburg for everything he did for Nickelodeon, creating one of their biggest successes. And sure, not all the episodes are great, but it has got some seriously classic moments. Made a huge part of my childhood. I loved the 2004 movie. 2015 one, it's alright, but I would seriously like to thank him for inspiring me to do what I do, which, if you've seen my music at all, you know that he was a big part of that. I even made my Leif Erikson track. But yeah, I'd like to thank him for everything he did. I am so sad that he can't live to see the third movie. It's going to be interesting. I'll probably see it on digital HD release or something like that. But yeah, I'd seriously like to thank him for everything he did. I'm not blaming him at all for this, but I'm sure it's not at all his fault. Just Maroon 5 could have done so much more, but as it is, he's just rolling in his grave at this point. So yeah. Again, huge thanks to Steven Hillenburg for everything he did, and for giving us a seriously classic series. And as for Super Bowl 53 in general, I think this guy says it best.
This is a load of barnacles.